So why choose Downey House to begin your child's journey to excellence? The next slide on the screen will present some of the reasons why parents have chosen Downey House for their children over the past few years. Whilst other schools have some of these attributes, we are proud that Downey House displays them all and does so in one of the most magnificent school settings in the city of Belfast. Space to learn in the heart of the city. We use the tagline, opportunity, diversity, and excellence, to summarize what your child will experience through their time in Downey. But the phrase journey to excellence helps us to explain how this takes place from preschool to P7 and beyond. On a normal open day, you would be able to walk around the school and see the children in the classrooms, with many participating in a range of activities in performing arts, physical education, and French. Our recently produced promotional video presents many aspects of Downey that we are keen to share.
Welcome to Downey House.
This is our school.
Over the next few minutes, we're going to hear from teachers, parents, and children about what makes Downey House a great school.
Have you seen one in Downey House? Downey House has had a preschool since 1996, introducing the children to their Downey House journey to excellence.
I love our small class sizes because whenever I need to talk to the teacher, I can.
Methody and Downey have always appeared to be very culturally diverse, and that was very important to us. It's the kind of environment that we always wanted our children to learn in, and it reflects today's society.
We recognise that every child is an individual, and we provide learning support to help them reach their full potential.
A co-ed school was important to us because it develops mutual respect. Our experience has been that a key element of education at Downey is equality of opportunity for all.
The breakfast club and after school clubs are great. They really take the pressure off for working parents, and it's nice to know the children are being well looked after in a safe and familiar environment.
We know we've made the right decision when we drop the boys off and all the teachers know their names.
Methody has a proud sporting history, and there's no doubt that the access prep school pupils have to a PE specialist and to the facilities at Pirrie Park play a huge part in that.
At Methodist, we talk about going on a journey to excellence, to an education that is enriching, ennobling and enlightening. And for pupils fortunate enough to come to Downey House, this is where they start their journey, where they can avail of our excellent facilities and also the support of our outstanding staff. That makes sure that they are well prepared for every step along that journey.
The move from primary to secondary level education can be really daunting, but Methodist felt so familiar and that really helped.
We understand that it is our job to provide your child with the foundations they need to go and enjoy a life of opportunity. We are really proud that our class of 2020 all went on to a place in a grammar school.
I like learning. That's my favourite thing.
The teachers are really nice.
Playing in the fairy tale castle. Mrs. Booth lets us change into dresses and things.
Probably the different opportunities in sport and maths and English.
I like playing with my friends.
Probably like the PE and the activities, like the different activities that you get to do in and out of school.
Wasn't it particularly lovely to hear of the children respond about Downey House School? It was a really lovely part of the video. They're not usually that reserved in real life, however. But you also saw that we have an amazing support group from parents, and both individually and through our magnificent PTA. In a real tour of the school, you would be invited to look in detail at the junior and senior parts of the school. And that is what we're going to do now. In our second video, Mrs. Cunningham explains the crucial role that the early years plays in your child's journey to excellence. And Mr. Dando tells us how that journey continues in Key Stage 2. I should point out that the sound in this video at the start is a little bit low, so you may need to crank up the volume a little bit for the first part of the video. Thank you.
Our preschool opened its doors 28 years ago and welcomed children from the age of 3 into the Downey House family. It provides a fun, stimulating and challenging learning environment where your child can explore, experiment and flourish in preparation for a seamless transition into P1. This is a particularly exciting time to enrol your child in our preschool, as a new state-of-the-art, purpose-built facility will open during the next academic year. The refurbished building, advanced technology and the latest indoor and outdoor equipment will further enhance the warm and wonderful experience for every child at Downey House Preschool. The foundation stage, incorporating P1 and P2, is the start of a 7-year journey through Downey House, or for the majority of our pupils, a 14-year journey through Methodist College. Children learn best when they are happy and emotionally secure. The early years of school are so important. Our foundation stage staff are experienced in providing opportunities for the pupils to gently become accustomed to the daily routines of school. Everything we do has your child at the centre. From the outset, we are dedicated to fostering emotional, social and physical development, allowing each child to reach their full potential at their own pace. Our highly motivated and experienced teachers, with the support of our P1 classroom assistant, ensure that the core elements of the curriculum are delivered to our youngest children in an encouraging, supportive and engaging manner. Through careful planning, they help the children gain experience of creativity and imagination in play, curiosity in the world around them, and early literacy and numeracy skills in meaningful contexts. The P1 and P2 children thrive on the opportunity to attend specialist classes. Our wonderful school grounds are greatly enjoyed by the children every day. The freedom of the outdoor space offering a strong sense of well-being. Children at the foundation stage benefit from a wide range of age-appropriate outdoor equipment which promotes the development of physical confidence and competence. Developing close friendships and promoting positive behaviour and communication starts in these early days at Downey House, and this is an important element of our ethos. When the children finish the foundation stage at the end of P2, they are now ready to embrace new challenges and a more structured school day as they enter P3, the first of 2 years at Key Stage 1. In P3 and P4, the children are learning to become confident, independent learners in all their activities, both inside and out of the classroom. The curriculum is full and demanding, and therefore the children are busy each day, making progress in all areas of literacy and numeracy, as well as enjoying the more complex challenges presented by French, PE and performing arts in specialist classes. They relish the opportunity to learn new concepts and enjoy putting them into practice. All classes from preschool to P7 love the much anticipated class outings throughout the year, often linked to topic work, but sometimes just for fun. These are memorable trips, always enjoyed greatly. Our links to the main college are strong. At Key Stage 1, the children start swimming lessons in the Methodist pool. P4 pupils perform a joint Christmas concert with the Fullerton P4 children, a special event in our school calendar, which is held in the Chapel of Unity. By the end of Key Stage 1, it is lovely to see how our pupils have progressed and developed as individuals, confident and with inquiring minds. At this time, they are undoubtedly ready to transition into P5 and Key Stage 2.
In Key Stage 2 at Downey House, we pride ourselves in preparing the children for AQE and their transition to post-primary. This journey begins as soon as each pupil starts in not just preschool and P1, but also when we welcome new pupils to any year group in our school. We make a difference to each child's education in life, developing discipline, confidence, independence and resilience in every boy and girl entrusted to our care. Every member of staff plays an important role, ensuring all of our pupils achieve their full potential in every aspect of school life. Our outstanding AQE record is one of the many reasons parents select Downey House for their children. Downey's results are well above the national average, and 100% of our P7s transferred to grammar school last year. Year after year, we send more than 95% of the P7 year group to a grammar school, with the majority selecting Methodist. The experience of our Key Stage 2 staff and their knowledge of the AQE ensures that preparation for the test is geared towards the individual, and we encourage and maximise the full potential of each child. We will be able to adapt successfully to the new transfer test, just as we did when AQE was introduced. From P5 onwards, we build on the experiences of Key Stage 1 and the progress made by each pupil. Learning becomes more formal, but we maintain a broad and balanced curriculum in class and through our specialist teachers. Learning opportunities ensure that children develop communication skills, thinking skills, and an ability to work with others. Topic-based learning allows for greater opportunities in independent and investigative learning. It is important to us that our pupils achieve success and develop the skills they need for future learning. Academic success is a very important element of our school, but it is not the only way to measure success and development in our children. Our pupils can take part in musical groups consisting of choir, recorder and orchestra. Competitive sports teams comprised of Downey and Fullerton pupils offer valuable experiences and enjoyment for the children. Our 40 acres of grounds allow the Key Stage 2 children to take part in a variety of sports each week, with Fullerton joining us in Perry Park. Our surroundings also offer great opportunities for outdoor learning. In our spring performances, P7s take the lead roles, supported by P5 and P6. Our school council, with representatives from P4 and up, allows pupils to represent the views of their classmates and introduce their own initiatives. We emphasise the importance of charities to all our pupils, with their active involvement in many fundraising events each year. We have high expectations of behaviour throughout the school and encourage our primary 7 pupils to take an active role in school life through our P7 reward scheme. Positive behaviour is a central approach in all year groups. The P7 children are given extra responsibilities and take on a variety of duties, including working with younger pupils to earn the title of prefect. This sense of responsibility, cooperation, forming relationships and tolerance is very important in developing our pupils before they transfer to their next school. Many of our children continue their MCB journey transferring to Methody after P7. From an early age, pupils have already decided that this is where they wish to go when they leave us, and they are prepared to work very hard to make this wish come true. We are very proud of the contributions Downey pupils have made throughout the years to MCB and its many pursuits such as sport and music. Last year's head boy was a Downey pupil, and it was wonderful to see him complete his MCB journey in this way. Educational visits and class trips are a valuable and cherished aspect of Downey life. Our Key Stage 2 pupils enjoy days out to support their learning and broaden their experiences. We offer residential trips to P6 and P7, and anticipation for these trips begins well before pupils start P5. These residentials offer wonderful opportunities and experiences for the children. In P6 we go to Shannockmore Outdoor Learning Centre near Newcastle, and in P7 our children choose between a trip to Holland or a week skiing in Italy. These trips are invaluable, developing independence, self-esteem and self-confidence in all who attend. By the end of their Downey journey, our P7 pupils are excellent ambassadors for the school, and we are so proud of how they have matured as individuals. They leave us well equipped and enthusiastic for the next chapter in their lives.
So you can see why we had the debate between the content and the covering of what goes on in Downey House School and the spontaneity and the creativity. The two videos very much contrasted and highlighted the challenge that we face in sharing everything that is wonderful about Downey House School. But it was important that the technical aspects and those aspects that we really are passionate about that we shared with you in our virtual open day this afternoon. We do have an opportunity at the end for questions. We haven't finished yet, but we have got an opportunity for questions at the end. And there are two ways within this virtual open day to ask the questions. If you use the raise hand function on Zoom, then both Mrs. Cunningham and Mrs. Pullen and Mr. Dando will keep an eye out for that. We will unmute you and then be able to give you an opportunity at the end to ask your question, and we'll do our best to answer that. The second form, or the second way of asking a question, is to use the chat function. And again, if you write your question on the chat function, send it to everyone, and then one of the staff will pick that up and share that with myself, and then we'll be able to hopefully answer that question as best we can. Of course, this is only part of the process of finding out about Downey House School. If you have further questions, then we will be in touch with you very shortly to find out a little bit more and invite you to make a tour of the school, to come and see me individually and to get a chance to see around the school. And if you have any questions, that's a good opportunity for me to discuss with you and answer any queries that you might have. So I just wanted to highlight two aspects from the videos that we saw there. First of all, Mrs. Cunningham, she mentioned a number of different aspects about the early years in the school. And one of the aspects that she mentioned was preschool development. We're really excited that our preschool will be moving sometime over the next year to the new building, from a mobile to a state-of-the-art building, which used to house the head groundsman's house and his family. And we're really delighted. We're in the process of the latter stages of planning permission for this, and we hope that planning permission will be granted shortly before Christmas. And tenders are already being prepared so that they can go out fresh to builders building. I don't think we're giving any secrets away by saying that a number of suppliers and builders have already been approached so that they can keep an eye out for the tenders whenever they are ready. So we're really, really excited about that preschool development. And the second thing was that she highlighted the importance of happy and emotionally secure children. We know that the physical surroundings are very, very important, and that's a very tangible development. But the second, the happy and emotionally secure children, is something that we don't see, but we understand. And we understand that that is crucial to learning and to development. That's why those aspects are so important in Downey House School. And similarly, Mr. Dando outlined a number of different aspects about Key Stage 2, and I want to highlight two of them. Our outstanding AQE and GL results. Again, tangible evidence of the journey to excellence. But he also shared the concept of our senior pupils, indeed all our pupils, of being ambassadors for this school. We are delighted with the behaviour of the children in the school, of how they conduct themselves and how they are able to speak to adults and how they're able to communicate and cooperate with each other. Of course, issues arise from time to time, and we work these through with the children, and sometimes we work these through with their parents as required. So there is Downey House in a few minutes. We're also pleased to be joined this afternoon by a number of our existing parents in Downey House. Mr. Carson, who is currently part of the volunteer coaching team for the football club on a Friday afternoon, and Mrs. McNeil, who is the current chair of the PTA. And we have asked Mrs. McNeil, who has very kindly agreed to share a few words about the PTA and Downey House. Thank you, Mrs. McNeil.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good morning or wherever you are. It's nice to see everybody. Yes, as Mr. Jennings mentioned, I'm the current chair of the PTA. I'm a former Downey pupil and a former Methody pupil, and I now have 3 children in Downey in P2, P4 and P6. So we're experiencing all the joys of Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. And the PTA, we're fortunate enough to have a very active and enthusiastic PTA. We have some dads on board this year, which is great. We enjoy organising different events for the children to raise funds for the school, particularly where Mr. Jennings is now the library. Are you in the library, Mr. Jennings? That was a PTA project a few years ago, the IT suite. We funded a play frame and various outdoor activities for the children. And we're open to everyone, and we would encourage everybody to join the PTA and become involved. Any help is very gratefully received, and we feel that we have a really good group of people who are keen to promote the children's experience at the school. And yeah, we run events throughout the year. We had a Halloween event that just passed, a pumpkin patch. We have Christmas events coming up and summer events. And there's just a lovely sense of community at Downey. Everybody, gets involved and supports the children in their extracurricular activities. And I would just echo what Mr. Jennings and Mrs. Cunningham and Mr. Dando have all said about the children. I mean, you see that opportunity and diversity and excellence. You see it on the ground every day, and you see it in the behaviour of the children. And that was one thing that really struck us when we came to look at Downey. I mean, I'm a former pupil, so I'm biased, obviously, but you really see it in the children and their behaviour and the way they conduct themselves and their confidence, and they're polite, and they're, it's just great. I think it's just giving them a great start. So yes, if anybody is coming to Downey, please do consider joining the PTA and getting involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McNeil, for that. We appreciate that very much. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm in the library, and this was one of the signature projects from, I think it was way back in 2015. It's hard to believe it was that long ago. Next door, Mr. Dando, who's you can see there on the screen. Mr. Dando is in the computer suite. We're not getting a massive view of the computer suite there, but it's a tremendous resource that, again, the PTA. And in fact, when I was thinking about this, there isn't a room really in the school that we can't go into that has some evidence, either large or small, that the PTA hasn't contributed in some manner with it to the school. So we're really, really, really grateful. So I wonder, are there any questions? Now, I can only see a few pictures on my screen here. and the staff are just going to have a quick scan around to make sure, if we don't want to miss anybody. I don't think there's anything in the chat at the moment. Of course, yes, I have witnessed this before, that in Zoom conversations where you expect a question to be asked, very often they're not. But please don't hesitate to lift the phone, send an email to the school, and we'll do our best to answer that. And of course, we will be communicating with each of you very shortly and inviting you, if you wish to participate or to continue the process, to make not a virtual tour, but a real tour of the school. We can do that through COVID regulations on a one-to-one basis. We just can't do it, unfortunately, with everyone at once. So I don't think, are there any questions, colleagues?
No, come on up.
Mrs. Fox, sorry, Leslie Fox, there, can we unmute?
Hi.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Hi. I just wanted to ask a question from a personal perspective of how often you would tend to get children coming in a bit later into their school journey. So my two are currently P2 and P4, and I myself work in a school where because of where we are, it's very transient. So we always have children coming in and out because of where we are. But I know Northern Ireland, having come from Northern Ireland, I know that the population is a lot more stable, and children tend to go to a school from P1 to P7 or P1 even all the way through to sixth form. So I just wondered if you get many children coming in mid-school and how easy that transition is for them, or whether that's something that, you know, is a possibility, or is, you know.
It's not just a possibility, it's a reality. I've been here for 15 years, this is my 15th year now. And in each of those 15 years, and even this year, we've had people getting in touch with us, communicating from different parts of the world, and coming to Northern Ireland for a whole variety of reasons, and their children are coming in, sometimes at P1, but very often it's at P2, P3, P4, P5, right up indeed up until P7. And we've had children who have come into P7 in September, in January, and would you believe, at Easter as well. And every time I get a chance to talk to a parent in that situation, I say the same line, and it sounds like a loud ringing cliched bell in my head, but of course it's not cliched because the parents haven't heard it. And I say, what your experience is unique for you, but it's part of a pattern for us, because it's a pattern of folks coming from different parts of the world and settling into Northern Ireland, and their children then coming to the school. So it's a pattern for us because we've seen it repeated again and again and again over the 15 years that I have been here, and for many, many years even before that. So because it's a pattern for us, we're aware of the situation, sometimes the challenges of sourcing a home, and the challenges of finding a home in the right location, of working out logistics and so on. And we will help you as best as we can with those sorts of things. Sometimes boys and girls are able to come for what we call a taster session. They're able to spend a day or a half day or a couple of days before they're actually due to start permanently, if that's the right term. In other words, the children maybe are over here for a holiday with their parents, before they actually move permanently, and they're able to come and visit the school. So it's the sort of thing, actually, if you have any specific questions, it's probably good to phone or to Zoom. I have Zoomed from, or not Zoomed, I phoned people from California to Australia, and to Indonesia, and to Hong Kong, and even to Beijing as well, all over the world. And only once did I get the wrong time zone the wrong way around and woke somebody ridiculously early. So you only make that sort of mistake once, but I'll try not to do that this time. So is that helpful to you? Is there anything else you wanted to know on that? Okay, thank you.
Mr. Jennings, could I just add to that?
Please, please.
Yes, we have pupils come every year from different schools and from other countries. Every year there'll be someone coming into Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. So the teachers are very experienced at new pupils coming into their class and welcoming them. They are experienced then with children who have experienced a different curriculum, so they can introduce them to our curriculum as well. And our pupils are very welcoming, so it doesn't take long for children to transition into their new school, find new friends, but settle in quickly. And the sooner they settle in, the quicker they will become more familiar with the settings, but also they will want to learn also as well. So we have a lot of experience with this, and we can adapt very quickly. And children find that this is an easy transition. Usually, I mean, some children might find it challenging, but we're well used to making sure that this is an easy transition for all. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Dando. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Are there any further questions? If my colleagues could scan the. No, I think that's us. All right. Okay. I think that is probably us. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming along to our virtual open night evening. As I said, I hope you find it informative. And if there are any further questions, any further details, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you again. All the best to everybody. Thank you. Thank you.